Last night I did a video. Title of that video was like Stephen A. Smith breaks silence on Shannon Sharpe. In it, you had Stephen A. Smith, who is a friend of Shannon Sharpe. And when I say friend, I'm gonna put it in quotation marks right here, but is a friend of Shannon Sharpe. He describes Shannon as a budding talent that when he was released from Fox News, Stephen A. contacted him to get up on ESPN, a part of Disney's network. Now, what was clear from that conversation is that Stephen A. Smith wanted to say a lot without saying much at all. He wanted to remain particularly neutral. One thing that I said within my comments of that is that I think that Stephen A. Smith is privy to or knows additional information which is causing him to be neutral or silent. And I also question is just him being an experienced media professional that doesn't want to necessarily go down with the sinking ship. Now, since then, there's been a lot more information that has come to light, including additional audio recordings. But I maintain that I think that Uncle Shay Shay, Shannon Sharpe, is being set up.
Well, what, Gabby?
Well, you're coming to LA tomorrow?
Yes.
Well, I don't know why you want to go out.
Don't worry about it, Gabby.
Well, okay.
Okay, what?
Well, I'm not really interested in getting so I guess we're going.
Yeah. I might check you in public. Big black guy, small white woman.
It's not a good look, Shannon.
Not a good look that you do with the shit you did to me.
Okay, well...
Now, in this idea of being set up, you cannot be fully set up unless you have done things or made choices within your life that allowed the setup to occur. Oftentimes on this channel, I talk about being a well-balanced man that can take a complete audit of what is going on around them and understanding that they might be a target within this life and doing everything in their power to ensure a fortress around them. Now that includes business partners and dealings, friends and associates, and it damn sure includes anybody who you stick in your damn third leg in. I often maintain on this platform that your choice or decision of a significant other will be the most, maybe top 3 most important decision that you as a man will ever make within your life. Also, Shannon has been on record with joking about dealing with women that have OnlyFans accounts. He's been on record acknowledging that he dates women that are significantly younger than him. He's been on record as to say, listen, I've lived the family life for a degree of time, but now I'm just doing my damn thing. I'm enjoying life and I am having fun. The lesson within all of this in understanding what this shakedown is turning into and understanding that he has become a mark, he has become a target, but also in taking accountability as men in saying, what are the loopholes around me? All right. Shannon Sharpe's major loophole is that Uncle Shay Shay is a mega freak and lustful in nature. I don't give a shit that she's 18, 19, whatever the hell that her goddamn age is. Although I do think that it's a factor in his degree of lust for this young woman. But if you take anything from this conversation or lesson to be learned from Uncle Shay Shay, if you out prioritize your logic with your eggplant, or if you prioritize your lust of women without logical good decision making within that, you are making yourself a mark. A similar conversation can go to the passport bros that go down to DR, Colombia. They're having a good time with a young lady, and they wake up in the morning with all they shit took it because they're just willy-nilly taking drinks around these goddamn scammers, these scandalous ass women whose only mission in life is the bag. When you look at the presence of this Carly young lady, I often describe her as an OF Tatiana 304, which she is. You begin to understand the shakedown. Even if the settlement, let's say that he accepted a settlement, which would be to a degree acknowledging guilt within this. Let's say it goes down that path. She makes out with settlement money. Let's say it goes down the path of the case being dropped right now. She currently still has a public Instagram profile that links directly into the way that she makes money. Rumored before even this story coming out, making $200,000 per month. Rumored, allegedly. All right. To go from unknown, making $200,000 per month and being one of the top trending stories, or having your name circulated with one of the top trending stories because of the actual value and benefit that Uncle Shannon Sharpe has released onto this world. I don't care if it's on the gridiron or behind the mic on these networks or on his own platforms. He created value. She created value through her innards and showing that publicly, but she's able to extract his value, his notoriety, his fame to get back at him, to continue to pad her bank account because of his lust, because he's a freaky ass unk. I mean, what can we say? All right. It's a freaky ass unk. His mistake is not building that fortress around him and allowing a young lady with a pipeline into paying her money to see her innards via OnlyFans, because in that second scenario, she still makes out, probably earning minimally an extra 6 figures a month for at least a year, if not 7 figures a month. And then no telling what type of contracts or deals that are going to be happening within the future, because now she's a public figure, more public than even on her OnlyFans accounts. People are going to be paying for podcast appearances, right? She may get in the corn and they're going to be paying exorbitant fees to have her featured, all because of the value that he created. And then her and this asshole lawyer, Busby, with a history of doing this shit, have figured out a way to not only promote her OF business, but then also the lawyer's business as well, because he prioritized his lust over logic. One of the things that I talked about within this as well is to say, hey, for all my guys out there, if it can happen at that level, it can happen at your level as well. Albeit, you may have generated less value to give, so it is less likely, but on a lower scale. This is for a woman that has a $200,000 a month OnlyFans, allegedly. Allegedly. But if you making $110,000 per year, you doing your shit, you like middle VP at banking. But if you sticking eggplant in on an analyst, an intern that can turn back later and take that knowledge and or information and go to HR for a lawsuit, what is you doing, baby? She's extracting your value, your years of education, you fighting for promotions, the projects that you worked on, and she's going to turn it around on you because of your love of lust, because you have no discipline. Why? What is it worth? Is that short-term gratification of squeezing up in that 25K cheek ass worth it to potentially have your career ruined? To have vultures, enemy at the gate, waiting on your downfall, waiting on your demise, because you couldn't control yourself. My G's, ain't no one perfect out here. Ain't no one perfect out here. But how many times are these stories going to happen before men as a collective can upgrade to understand this very real trend? I'm grateful that we still not knee deep, steep within this hashtag believe all women society, where they just click that red button as soon as an allegation comes out, guilty until proven innocent. Although the way that it's looking, I think that Disney is going to do similar to what they did to Jonathan Majors. They're going to wait into a verdict to decide what it is that they're going to do, which is a lot better than what they were doing 5 to 10 years ago. At the point that they heard some shit, you was really, you got accused? Get out of here, bitch. You chauvinistic, misogynistic piece of shit, or whatever it is. All right. But really, the life lesson in here that we must all understand is being able to control yourself. And I'll say it right here. At that stage in the game, Uncle Shay Shay, why are you not just buying the cat? What? Why? You want to try to have a real relationship with this chick? She's on OnlyFans. She's a strumpet. You over here being emotional, talking about manipulation with this chick behind private quarters, and she's putting her insides up here for other men to skeet off to. Huh? And you forming bonds with chicks like that, emotions with chicks like that, brother. You would have entered a lot less risk in your life if you got a professional. If you just paid for it. Make them sign an NDA, which, you know, can be paper thin at the end of the day, but make them sign an NDA. Set up a professional contract and move accordingly. If you're not married, if you're not in a relationship, if that's not the lifestyle that you want to live, like a long-term relationship, I'm not talking about you just got in a relationship with this chick a day and a half ago. But why? First off, you could have stayed behind scenes and paid the $19.99 a month to see her yam chops, just like half of the other world did that was paying her allegedly the $200,000 per year. But because you made the decision to form a bond with a harlot, this is now your outcome. So as I talk with this passion right now, and I'm trying to give solutions to everyone else that's out there right now, I am still a bit disappointed in Uncle Shay Shay. I'm a bit disappointed, my brother. I'm going to keep it frank with you. At the end of the day, it would have been way less risk to just pay for the choke chop. If that's what you want. But the issue is that you form bonds with them. So now when this piece of buzzard lawyer brings it in, it's under the context of this was a relationship. And Lord knows how long this chick has been recording. That's my message here today. I wanted to talk to you guys real quick about, my actual feelings, my actual thoughts in regards to this whole matter. It's a continued life lesson for, brothers such as myself to continue to move with protection. And I'm not just talking about condom protection, but also a sense of defensiveness with those around me. All right, guys. Last but not least, join my men's self-development community where we talk about shit like this. I'll link to it down in the comment box down below. These are the discussions. We talk about financial fitness as well as education. I want you guys to be able to upgrade your mindset on this movement into the future to make us bigger, better, faster, stronger, so that we can continue on creating joy within our life going into the future. Situations like this that Uncle Shay Shay's going through is not joy whatsoever. Not for him, not for the people that work around him, not for his family, because he was moving sloppy. All right? All right, guys. Until next time.
She belongs to the street.
Girl, don't hold my hand. You a mattress actress on the OnlyFans. Get your money, girl, but damn, how was that? that your only plan? What you gonna do when you get too old to strip and dance? Get up out your echo chamber, screaming period and yes. You a low down dirty woman if you try to get knocked up by a high value man.